Alright, g'day ladies and gentlemen, legends of the high regard. Welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator and the channel, or welcome if you are new here. I'm Bryce Alp, I'll be your host this evening. What we have planned is a lot of milk and a lot of running. So, I mean, usually the two of them don't mix together very well, but we've managed to work out a formula. Obviously being a milk run and we're in an aircraft, and milk is a type of dairy and an aircraft fly in the air, so I figured we should probably refer to these milk run streams that we will be doing as dairy air. Yeah. I didn't say I thought very long and hard about it, I just said I thought about it. Yeah. I know, not great, really. Anyway, let's just pretend I didn't just say that, and yeah. So, how do I start the fly-by-wire A320? That's a great question. Thank you so much for asking. It's been a while, so it's more of a case of can you watch Bryce screw up the start process of the fly-by-wire A320? That's probably a better way of putting the beginning of this stream. Fozzie says boo. He's activated the element of surprise. It's not currently in the periodic table, but I've heard they're thinking about adding it. Right. So, well, I know for a fact I need ground power first. Problem is I need to find, there we go. So we'll turn on the external power, which is, and then we'll turn off, actually, I was going to say we'll turn off all the fuel pumps. No, that's not correct. We want to turn on all the fuel pumps. Turning off all the fuel pumps and the battery is going to provide no benefit whatsoever. Other than, well, unless you want to crash, in which case it's very beneficial. Not that it's very, not that you're really able to crash when you parked at a terminal gate with your engine's not started, but hypothetically, you know, hypothetically, make sure that the crew's got some oxygen. I mean, look, everybody's, you know, suffering with cost of living and tough times and all that, and airlines are having to make cutbacks because of crazy fuel costs, but I can promise you we're not cutting off the crew's oxygen supply just yet. We still need them to be able to function and do their job. If that changes, we'll let you know. And if oxygen masks do drop, maybe we've already made the decision. Who knows? Right. Let's do it. Let's fly Jetstar, ladies and gentlemen. Right, I need to turn the APU on, and the starter as well. So that would have turned everything on down there. It has. Fantastic. This is good news. Then I need to the ADIRS. I need to deal with those. Massive. So I've already said g'day to Fozzie. I'd also still like a massive g'day to Sid Squad, who probably are sitting there but probably aren't watching for the fact that they are also streaming themselves right now over live at Sydney Airport. But if they can hear me, g'day, and if they can't hear me, well, g'day. Right, so that did show on bat. So, and then we do IR2. Seeing as you're the main man at the moment, Fozzie, just let me know if all the audio's good, music, etc. Especially if I potentially end up with some of Sid Squad in here. I do want to have a, you know, top notch. They're coming from top notch, so got a standard to maintain. Right, now supposedly my APU is already available. I for one find that incredibly what's the word I'm looking for? Interesting. I'm not sure how my APU started so quickly, but it did. Make sure we set the Barrow. Did my track IR have a meltdown? Or did I turn... No, I didn't turn it off, did I? It must have had a meltdown. Cool. Alright, right, focus. What else do I need to do? So I don't have IR aligned for 7 minutes, so I need to make myself useful in other areas. Let's try and keep my head incredibly still. Oh yeah, that went well. That went really well. I don't think I've ever stayed this still in my life. There we go, 20. Oh, and we had another. Right, 38,000. That was difficult. And I also need to do my lights. Where's my lights? Or PFD. Like my brightnesses is what I mean. You know what? For the doing the lights bit, I am going to turn track. Maybe I did turn track IR off subliminally without thinking, knowing that my next step was going to be increasing the brightness of everything. Me? Foresight and forward thinking? No. Impossible. Everything on the fly, literally. Including the cooking. Right, I need to up that to about 60%. We'll do the lower display to 60%. Well, no, 60%. The lower display doesn't get any special privileges. Flood lights. Hopefully they don't produce any water, otherwise could cause a few issues. And would get the integ LTs, integrated, integral. I don't know, they're important. That's all I can sort of tell you. Can I lock the cockpit door, please? Can I lock the cockpit? To try and lock the cockpit door. I'd like to lock the cockpit door. Thank you. I'd just like to lock it. There we go. Winner, chicken dinner. That was that should not have been that difficult, but I made it that difficult, so that's good. Right, what was I at? Whoa. 60% brightness, isn't it? Yes, it is. Right, that's cool. I need to brighten up my life here and brighten up my life here. We have IR align in 3 minutes, so basically I need to get a move on. That's the overhead panel lighting. Yes, it is. I think everything in this cockpit is lit. I just need some drinks and some beats, and we are in for a party. So obviously we're not going to do an engine start at the terminal. That would be illegal, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that is not something that you're allowed to do. And we might just, I don't know, it depends how good it is with track IR. If the switches for like lights and all that are really difficult with the track IR, we'll just do the good old-fashioned L button. But I will try to keep it as realistic as I possibly can. Which is probably not very realistic. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I can... Oh no, I can't. I was going to say, I can be looking at my MCDU right now, but I can't because my GPS is not aligned, so it has no clue where I am. And therefore, that would be a waste of time, energy, and effort. So I'll avoid doing that. But yeah, I don't think I've done a proper introduction. Like, I have done a proper introduction. That's not what I meant to say at all. We've already done the introduction, Bryce. We've been there, we've done that, we've moved on, we've got the aircraft half started. Get your shit together, boy. I don't actually know where I was going with that. I was going somewhere. Clearly I'd put the wrong address into the GPS though, because I ended up in a completely different location. You know, that brings me back to the whole, you know, instructions were difficult or incorrect or insignificant or unhelpful and got the, you know, stuck in the fan. Yeah. Come on, let's get some IR align in this beast, because without it, I can't progress any further. No, I can't. Like, there's no point in me... I mean, I can arm my speed brakes. Whew, I know. Or, sorry, are they called ground spoilers or speed brakes? Because the aircraft says ground spoilers, and then the MSFS hover over thing says ground spoilers. Yeah. Come on. I guess I can go outside and make sure that the APU is actually started, you know, like, ooh, yeah. Wow, that was okay. What sort of FPS am I getting right now? That's a little, shit. Supposedly I'm getting 30 FPS, but we'll monitor that. Also, 30 FPS does seem incredibly low for a standard MSFS airport, and I'm wondering if that's because I'm still on.
Look! What the fuck is this?
G'day, Darren, mate. Thank you for the subscription to the channel. That's slightly loud still. I forgot about that. But no, thank you very much, Darren. Yeah, Darren. That's not where I was going to go the second time round. Dallin was going to be my response, but there's nobody by the name of that here. But Darren, thank you very much for jumping in and subscribing. Really appreciate that. Yeah, so I think it might be because I'm still haven't changed away from DirectX 12, and guess what? I can't change that now because that would require a sim restart, and honestly, I don't think I really feel like doing that at this point, and I'm sure you guys don't feel like waiting another probably at least 20 minutes, including the whole process of starting the aircraft to the point where we have, you know. But I am sort of treating this flight, stream, whatever you want to refer to it as a curtain raiser to Oz Flight Simmer's Wednesday evening streams. If you haven't heard of Oz Flight Simmer yet, you must have been living under a rock, especially if you're involved in the flight sim world. But if you haven't, and you're new to flight sim, ! Oz Flight Sim, one of those two in the chat will give you a link to that gentleman's channel. You know, sport has curtain raisers, so why can't streams as well, you know? I mean, not that flying an A320 in a simulator is considered a sport in any way, shape or form, probably quite the opposite. But, you know, that's the story I'm going with, so I'm going to stick to me guns. Right, we have got an aligned IR, which is, it sounds like some sort of medical procedure. Have you had your IR aligned recently? The answer is no, I haven't. So the first thing we need to do is we need to check the F plan. And all that I have is F plan, discontinuity, end of flight plan, no alternate flight plan, and no flight plan. Well, that went well. That went really well. Yes, obviously there's a flight plan discontinuity if the flight plan's not in the MCDU. That's a big discontinuity. Okay, cool. It didn't do it to me when I was playing with the, I had a flight plan discontinuity in the previous flight plan as well, which is why I went through the whole rigmarole of setting up the new flight plan, and then when I tested it, it was all good. And then I've loaded up in the stream and poof, flight plan disappear. It's already gone to Sydney. The flight plan's on the previous flight. Right, so I'm gonna guess that I'm adding the flight plan myself. Well, Fozzie's giving me the various things that I need to follow. The problem I'm having is that I haven't had to enter the flight plan into the A320 for a long time. So this could be interesting, watching me try to remember how to do it. Yeah, it's not going to be a complex flight plan. But like in my flight plan, I had a departure keyed in, I had an arrivals keyed in, I had ILS all set up, ready to go. Everything was good. It was being presented to everybody on diamond encrusted plates. And alright, so I need to put in Dozzle, Diesel. Hang on, do I need to clear the flight plan discontent? Why can't I clear the flight plan discontinuity by, like pressing clear and then hitting the flight plan discontinuity like you usually can? What's going on? Help!
Congratulate me, acting starting to agitate me like he glad to play me. Even moments when I ain't mashing, I be acting gravy. I be stunned
right.
In my pennies like
well,
magic play me, and I hope they play me never.
I can't clear the non-existent flight plan, and I can't add any waypoints to the non-existent flight plan. So I'm very, very confused as to where I should go next with this. What about if I do... God, it won't even let me, like, input the destination or anything. God, I don't know where I've ended up there, but I've ended up somewhere. You know when you go to the weird part of the internet? That's where I've just gone, but in the MCDU. This thing. This is the... But no matter what I do, I'm trying to put things into the flight plan and all that, which you would usually just do. You would type in your waypoint, airport, etc., select one of the side button bits there, and it would just drop itself in. Nice and simple, easy to do, but it's not even doing that. That's the thing that's concerning. Alright. Wow, okay, where have we gone there? We've gone... Well, let's enter some of the other stuff. Yeah, let's enter some of the other stuff. V1 is usually around... I mean, this stuff should probably be calculated, but it's not. Yeah, well, there's that option, Fozzie, but restarting we would literally be another 20-30 minutes from now if I was to restart, which is not a problem, but yeah, not weird. I've had flight plan discontinuities in this aircraft before, but it's never been able to not be solved simply by just hitting clear and then clearing it and then starting again. That's the really interesting thing. Yeah, for some reason, William, sorry, mate, I obviously didn't grab your message earlier back. There we go, speed brakes. Yeah, cool. Yeah, so yeah, for some reason, the MCDU, usually you can make a flight plan over a little nav map, which I did. Then obviously you save it as a flight sim flight plan, and then you can bring it across to flight sim. And because it's made a little nav map and doesn't have any stupid waypoints that don't exist and all that hoo-ha that Microsoft Flight Simulator is famous for doing, usually literally just drops straight into the fly-by-wire 320 MCDU without any issues at all. And if I do have issues like flight plan discontinuities, it's simple as pressing clear until CLR shows up on the MCDU, and then pressing the thing I'd like to clear, and it disappears, and then I'm able to just enter in the flight plan again, piece by piece, like a normal, like a normal flight control computer. Nothing's working at all, which is weird. And then if I do slash, and then like that, and then put that, and then if I do,
I could probably use some heartbreak to get moving.
nope, so that's not where you put, I'm now just literally trying shit for the sake of it. I'm very aware of the fact that that's probably not where my flight plan waypoints go, but as I said, I'm literally trying stuff for the sake of it right now. So flight number can be 35, seeing as most most cream milk-based products are 35% fat content. So, yep, that's my reasoning behind that. Right, the cost, we can just run 100 as the cost index, no problem. We are going to go at 38,000. It'll figure out the temperature for me. There we go, negative 52. So, that's really interesting. Yep, so the iris is all aligned correctly, the way it's meant to. Yep, no, that's... So it's got... Well, at least it's got the airports in there now. Wonder if I press CLR now. Ooh! It worked! Okay, that's better. Fozzie, it could have just simply been a case of because the flight plan didn't load at all, it meant it didn't actually know where it was. So as soon as I told it was going from Melbourne, it's like, oh right, yeah, that thing. The plane does the thing. Right, so now if I do that and put it in... No, we're not out of the woods yet here. Okay. What about if I... Yep, it's definitely the one that's 8,658 nautical miles from us, that's for sure. There we go. Okay, alright, so we're getting somewhere. It's a pain in the ass, but we are getting somewhere. So then we want to go Yankee 59, and we want to put that... Probably not, it's not in the database. Okay, so that is probably the thing that was causing the flight plan discontinuity. William, what I'm... Why is... I have no idea what's going on, William, right now. My camera is pointing directly at the MCDU. Like the stream camera. And I've just looked at my stream and realized that for some reason the camera that you guys are receiving in stream is different to what I'm streaming. Which is why you're all so confused about what the fuck's going on. Okay, there's a new one that I haven't... So this is a stream of things that I've never seen before. No, you're not going crazy, William. I'm really confused. What the? Okay. Right, so I need to... I'll be making sure to do this for the rest of the stream until I figure out what the problem is. This is going to make implementing shit really difficult for me because now the MCDU is in the top left-hand corner of my screen. I wonder if this is also related to the fact I'm using DirectX 12 in the sim. And it's in beta and it causes all sorts of weird shit to happen. Okay, right, so it won't let me enter Yankee 59, so I'm just going to enter Rivet as my next waypoint. And before we cause any more problems, I'm just going to leave it at those two waypoints. No, hang on, wrong thing. It's definitely that one. Right, now it wants me to go from... Now it's got me going in the wrong way. Well done, flight plan. It's got me going to Sydney and then back to Melbourne to go to Sydney in the flight plan right now. Oh, did you think they could make this, I don't know, easy? Probably not. So, what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to just... Yes, I know there's a flight plan discontinuity. Thank you very much. You don't say. I'm going to try and fix that right now. By doing that, now it's in order. Now I should just be able to clear. Great success! Bloody hell. They made me work for it, but I finally got there. Ladies and gentlemen, we are there. Yeah, wow. The camera view that you guys are getting in the stream is questionable. I don't... I don't honestly know how to fix that, because that's nothing like the camera view I'm currently looking at, which is... Wow, okay. Yeah, things have gotten interesting. That is the most weird view you guys are currently getting. I am so confused by that. God, even doing track IR didn't solve the... You know what? I'm going to try the good old trusty shut down Streamlabs and try again and try and find out what that is going on. Because this is a new one. But, like, if the stream won't end, it'll just... You know, like when Shane does the thing where he disappears and you get the quick buffering thing and then it comes... That's what we're going to do right now. So just bear with me and let's see what we can... Oh, maybe I can't do that. You know what? I don't have a... oh, F12. But, my track IR is not actually currently on, Steve. Like, I've turned it off. That's the really weird thing. Like, I know I'm wearing the thing, but it's not actually hooked up right at this moment. And I am staring directly front on in the aircraft, like the way you would think that I would be staring. So I don't have a choice. I'm going to restart Streamlabs. I'm going to see what happens. Could be, in fact, let's just try this first. If I go to that, yeah, it's definitely a Streamlabs issue. Okay. Hell yeah. Alright, I think let me, guys, let me know if you can A, hear me, B, see me, and C, we've solved the problem. If we've got A, B, C, yeah, I won't finish the rest of that sentence. Right, good. So, everything appears to be in order on my end. So, I will go ahead and proceed to, well, first up I'll disconnect the ground power, because otherwise it's going to be very, very difficult to do pushback, cause some damage. Beautiful. Yeah, I have no idea what, but for some reason, midway through stream, my Streamlabs just started stream capturing in 4K, and then sending it out to you guys in 720, which caused a whole lot of issues, as you guys saw. So yeah. All right. Let's get some pushback occurring. All right. Pushback. Oh god, this tug is going to take so long at this part. I mean, which is not a bad thing, because I don't really feel like having an on-ground incident with a tug after the number of on-ground incidences we've just had with this aircraft. Come on, nearly there. Slowly, slowly. We are attached. Burning all this fuel, it's a good thing you'll just send it to Shane. Hey, look, Fozzie. When I started this stream, I certainly didn't expect the A320. Seeing as it's been updated since I had all those issues with the flight plan discontinuities, I certainly didn't expect that sort of runaround, but it certainly tested to make sure that I still had some idea of what I was doing in relation to the A320, and luckily for me, I did, sort of, eventually, with a lot of troubleshooting. We'll make it out before curfew. Melbourne doesn't have a curfew. Unless you're talking about the Sydney curfew, in which case I bloody hope so. It's only 6 PM. Not that I don't think that's what my sim time is set to, but yeah, it's only 6 PM. So if we're not making it to Sydney, which is a 1-hour flight by Sydney's 10 PM curfew, clearly we're going to be running into a hell of a lot more issues on the way, and I don't really feel like dealing with any more shit after this. I'm just hoping for a nice, smooth, easy... That tug just disconnected from us mid-roll. We are still rolling. I don't think I've ever seen that in real life before. Yep, she's good, boys. Pull back. Let her roll. Fucking hell. Alright, make sure the brakes are on as well before going through the start procedure. Otherwise, we, how do you say, would be royally screwed. That's how you say it. Okay. We're just going to do the good old-fashioned lights, camera, action button. We'll make sure that... Yep, obviously we want to have the no smoking sign on, although if people still think that they can smoke on an aircraft after all these years, it makes me sad for humanity, you know? Alright, so, Put that engine mode onto ignition crank. Oh, I didn't do the pedestal lighting. I'm a bad pilot. I mean, we've already probably established that with the fun that we just had. And then I want to set ATC to auto. I want to set the transponder to TARA. And I want to throw in some flaps. I'm doing that all in the wrong order, but that's okay because I'm looking at it all. I also want the predictive wind shear in auto, and then I want to just push that forward, and I want to watch the upper ECAM display is what I'm trying to say. Fozzie says raid incoming. Oh god. Raid, Mortine, which one? You're taking off, see you later. No worries, Fozzie, fully understand, mate. If I was in your shoes, I'd be doing the same thing. Alright, so we are looking for, so the upper ECAM screen will tell us available or avail or something like that. I can't remember exactly, but it's, yeah. And it happens at around 19 N1, so 19% N1. The EGTs will also stabilize, because right now they are just going to skyrocket through the roof. But as you can see now, they're stabilizing. There you go. We hit 19.2 and we got available on the upper ECAM on the N1. Now available has disappeared, and that is proceeding to climb towards 20. That means we have a clean engine start on engine number 2. So now we want to just do the same thing, engine number 1. Now I know a lot of you probably already know this, but I think I saw just before I had to restart Streamlabs OBS that Brett was coming in to learn the procedures, Poundy. I don't know if he actually was coming in to learn the procedures, so now I'm going to be all procedural. This is about the only commercial passenger jet that I know how to be procedural on, so that's, you know. And then once everything is started, we can turn off the APU. Although I probably won't remember to do that because I'll get excited once we get a clean start on both sides. Some very interesting things excite me in this world. I figured also that 4,000 kilos of fuel is probably more than enough for the 300 and whatever, nearly 400 nautical mile journey up to Sydney today. And then once we do have a clean start here on engine number 1, what I will also do is I will reactivate the track IR, and I will hope, and that's an emphasis on the hope, that it doesn't mess with Streamlabs and all that again, because otherwise I'm just wearing this hat for the sake of it, and it's not the most comfortable thing sometimes. I'll wear it for scenery purposes. There we go, we have a clean start on both engines, which is, well, it's a good thing, you know. I also wish that the dogs would just chill out. That would be nice. Oh god, okay. Yep, that's good. Perfect. Right, we reset that. That's good. Okay, so I think I can simply just go and get a few stutters, and then I can just go parking brake off and give it a little bit of forwards motion. We should move. Maybe not. We'll give it a little more. Come on. Come on. Oh, right. So even though I did actually remove the parking brake had not turned off. I also realized that I need to turn my engines off of ignition and back to normal. But we will do all of these things that we should have done before we moved away once we get onto the runway. Rudders, do you want to do your job? We only go in a left turn, obviously. Right is just not possible. I forgot that the A320 taxis like it's in the middle of a race against Usain Bolt. Or in, the case of a longer flight, Eliud Kipchoge. Oh yeah, I've got to remember, I'm hooked up to Track IR. That means that the stream, sim, whatever it is, follows my head movements. You want to give me a right-hand turn here? This aircraft's really not liking the idea of right-hand turns. It's obviously... And then it's stuck in a right-hand turn. It's obviously not into NASCAR. Oh no, hang on, that's a left turn. Never mind. So the things that have... So you'll see now on our upper ECAM we have a whole heap of like checklist style messages, I guess you could say is what they are. These are just the things that the A320 wants us to check before we take off. But as I said, I need to turn off APU bleed, the APU, because I forgot to. And the ignition on the engines as well. So auto brake, one of the things that comes up on the upper ECAM is auto brake maximum. Now obviously I will set auto brake maximum once I'm lined up on the runway, because every time you touch the brakes with auto brake on, auto brake turns off, which is not ideal. If you turn it on and then get on the runway and touch the brakes, you've turned off auto brake, and then you have an emergency during takeoff and you have to stop. You're up shit creek and the paddle's been slightly shortened, so it can't really touch the water unless you sit in a particular way. That's a very roundabout way of explaining you're screwed, basically. God, this A320 taxis like a Formula 1 car, I swear. It doesn't go around corners like a Formula 1 car, but in a straight line, that runway's clear, right? Probably should have checked that before, we'll just blow straight through, have the ATC on the blower to us going, what are we? Flight JQ35. Meanwhile, there goes Fozzie in his 737. We're probably not going to catch Fozzie, I'll be honest. Can we just slow it down a little bit, please, here, A320? It's not a race. Hey, Just Willie is here. Or Mr. Canuck. He says, the fly-by-wire is getting some love on his stream tomorrow night. Yeah, it is. Fly-by-wire is great. Absolutely awesome. Because I probably don't need the whole runway here at 16. Yeah, exactly. Taxiing off, I guess. Hopefully not actually taxiing off. That would be called a taxiway excursion, runway excursion. I never remember getting any pay slips? Permission slips for runway excursions, but there you go. I wish I got pay slips for runway excursions. That would be a mad way of making money. Whoops! Went on the grass again. There's another $100,000 in my pocket. It's also a very, very, very unprofitable way to run an airline. A taxi off equals a ground loop. It's a bit like a dance off. I challenge you to a taxi off. I guess you could say that a taxi off would be uber great. Yeah. I mean, you could say that, but people might want to stab you once you say it. Come on, go in. Get it in. Wow, the frame rates are just dying for unbeknownst reasons. I do not have the most up-to-date NVIDIA GPU driver installed. You may ask why. Well, I tried to install it and then realized that my C drive is actually full, so I need to move a few things around. Yeah. Alright. So that can go there. I don't know why I'm trying to move the cockpit around whilst I'm moving the cockpit around with my head, but I am, so there you go. Yeah, I will, Fozzie, but I discovered this as I was about to load up the sim with 20 minutes to go until the stream, and I was like, well, I'm not transferring stuff between hard drives now, am I? That's going to delay the stream more than it's already been delayed, and so far we have taken nearly an hour from start up to actually getting off the runway. So, yeah, you know. Alright, let's just go. Now, this should take off like a man possessed because we only have 4,000 kilos of fuel on board. There we go. We've already hit rotate. Gear up. Let's go. We're going space shuttle status out of here. Wow, that is stuttery.
Traffic.
The sim's got more stutters than I do when I'm streaming. Hey, Blackberry's here. Absolutely. Come in, join the flight, mate. Please do. Alright, so now I need to... Alright, it'd be nice if I could just get rid of the absolutely epic... Hello, can we get a little bit of loading going on, Sim? There we go, thank you. Right, what did I come down here to do? I came down here to do something. I can't remember what it... Oh, yes, I need to turn on the autopilot. I need to do... hello, can I have this button, please? Yep, I'm going to put it in LVR CLB. You shut your trap, A320. I'm getting there. Do I look like a qualified pilot to you? I certainly don't look like a qualified pilot to me. There we go. The THR is in climb. We are climbing. The speed is being managed. We can pull the flaps out. Perfect. We can take off this. Hey! Whoa, okay. God damn. Hello! 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 Jesus. Woo! That's just a few people. G'day. I'm glad you guys can... Wow, that's loud. 2 seconds. Let me turn that down a little bit. But hello everyone. How you going? Holy shit! That's a lot of people. I'm so glad you joined when you did because I've spent the last hour just trying to get the aircraft to behave. Wow. Okay, that's nearly 300 people. I'm just gonna sit here and just smile. Hope everyone's doing fantastically. Thank you very much for everybody jumping in. Thank you very much to Sid Squad for performing the raid as well. Guys, I'd absolutely love it if you do show some love to that like button, and if you're at all keen in the sim, please do show some love to that subscribe button as well. I will forever, ever be in your debt. Maybe a slight extreme exaggeration, but you get what I mean, you know? 311 people, okay. But guys, thank you very much for jumping in. Really appreciate that. Shout out to Sid Squad for being absolutely amazing. And thank you.
Look! What the fuck is this? Look! What the fuck is this? Look! Look! What the fuck is this?
Okay, just had to wait for Gordon to calm down a little. So by now, in case anyone's wondering, I'm a chef. So a lot of my soundboards and stuff have chef-related connotations. Hence that.
Look! Look! What the fuck is this?
I hope everyone's good with the language, because some people sometimes aren't.
What the fuck is this?
But everyone, thank you so much.
Look! What the fuck is this?
So, welcome. I'm going to try and speak over Gordon here. Welcome to a new series that I've just started on the channel, which is Milk Runs, where we all just jump in commercial jets and do milk runs of the world. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. My thoughts behind it are a milk run, or milk, is a type of dairy. Aircraft fly in the air. So this, from now on, will be referred to as our Dairy Air series. Yes, that's right, I went there. It was super cringy, but I'm glad I did, you know? So we are flying with Marcus Lonzo, we got Fozzie Warbear, we got Black Bear behind us. Yeah. We've got a few people along. Guys, if you do have the sim and you want to jump in, please do. We are on the West USA server. But yeah, again, massive shout out to Sid Squad for the raid. I'm slightly speechless, and you can ask the regulars if I ever get speechless. It's got to be something pretty special. So yeah, cheers guys, really appreciate that. Now I'm just going to jump in the cockpit and make sure that everything's all good whilst I'm watching the chat. Yep, everything looks dunky-hory. Climbing, we've got the speed. I might actually have to turn Gordon Ramsay off because that's woohoo! Kurt sent his regards to you, of course. Massive shout out to Kurt. He does an absolutely, he's been doing an absolutely stellar job with today's stream with Sam Chewy. I am dying here with Gordon. I don't know how to turn it off though. I'm scrolling through my Streamlabs chatbot frantically, like, how do I mute this shit? Ooh, good idea. Willie, just in volume, yeah? Yeah. So if I do that, and then do that, and as long as you guys can still hear me, let me know if you can still hear me. I agree, it's funny, Fozzie, but YouTube doesn't tend to like that many questionable adult words in one stream, so that's not going to be beneficial for me. Now, I've muted it on my end. You guys might still be hearing it. Just putting it out there. But at least I can't hear it, so that's, you know. But yeah, so welcome to the Melbourne to Sydney Milk Run. We're in the Orange Cigar, the Jetstar orange aircraft in the fly-by-wire A320. We are just, in fact, I changed the view to the other. Wow, that was some nice stuttering. So I'm currently trialing things with DirectX 12 and DLSS, so we get a few interesting things with the frames and doing all sorts of weird stuff occasionally. I was turning around here to hopefully give you guys a bit of a view of the Victorian High Country, which is off to our right-hand side. But that's not going great because you can't see any of it because Victoria's covered in clouds. Typical Melbourne. It is the Neo. It is the Neo. Guys, if you have jumped in and hit the like button and you've subscribed and you've done all the wonderful things that you can do on YouTube, I cannot thank you enough. If you've jumped in, you've said something in the chat, I cannot thank you enough either. And obviously a massive shout out again to Sid Squad and to all of you who did jump in. Thank you very much for being here. I'm treating this as the curtain raiser to Oz Flight Simmer's Wednesday evening stream. Now, if any of you wonderful people who are in here haven't heard of some of these other wonderful simmers, etc., who do flights, I'm now going to drop a few in the chat. Please feel free, subscribe to them, don't subscribe to them, but they are wonderful and they all deserve some love. Did Jetstar sponsor me? I wish, Jeff. I wish. Right, I think that's all the correct exclamation points. Hey, HazXR, thank you very much for the follow. Really appreciate that. Cheers. Yeah, I think that's... Oh no, hang on, there's one more. Where? That, and then you... Sorry, that's two more actually. And then you have Willie as well. Some of you may know who Willie is, or just Willie. He's Willie Canuck from Positive Rate. If you haven't done yourself a favour there, please do. Fozzie says yes. So Big Jacko's Gaming, one of the ones that I just dropped in, he's almost at 1,000 subs, and myself and Wes and a few other people spent 12 months or longer trying to convince Big Jacko to stream, and in the space of, what are we, Fozzie? 7 months? 8 months? Something like that? He's nearly hit 1,000 subs. So, Shane's not streaming tonight. Well, that makes me feel slightly better about the fact that it took me nearly an hour to get off the ground there at Melbourne due to interesting issues with the MCDU. Willie says, I'm Sky Blue Radio's best presenter. I don't know about that. not sure I'd go quite that far, Willie, but I'll take the compliment nonetheless. Really appreciate that. So right now at this point in flight, we're basically just in the chill out part, which is probably not what it's called for a pilot. You know, they don't go, hey mate, have we reached the chill out part yet? Probably not. It's more of oh, we're at cruise. But we can refer to it as the chill out part because I'm sitting in a room, not actually in control of a metal tube hurtling through the sky that's got 150 people's lives at stake, you know? CFM or LEAP? You know what? It's a fantastic question, Doug. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do that. And you tell me which engines it is. Right, also because I think Gordon Ramsay's calmed down, I'm going to turn the audio back on and hope that he doesn't have another conniption. Williams says, speaking of chill, let's make gazpacho. Sure! Everybody, go to William's house. He's making gazpacho. Where's William's house? I don't know. Somewhere. Follow your nose. Sniff out the gazpacho, you know? But yeah, sorry Doug that I don't know what engines this particular one is. It's not detailed in the fly-by-wire when you select it from the menu. So I'm just going to assume it's probably the CFM ones because I think they're the more popular. Yeah, anyway. Sid Squad says that he is, or that they are, or one of them, seeing as that there's multiples, in Thailand in October. Yeah, you are, Sid Squad. That's where I just got back from. It's, if you haven't been before, you'll love it. And if you have been before, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, it's probably the Pratt & Whitneys then, Doug. Because aren't the CFM ones got the open cowl at the rear? Or am I thinking of a completely different... Because, like, these ones are closed. Well, I mean, I hope they're closed. But, yeah. I mean, at least we're getting some sort of view down below now. You know? There's some high country there, some Victorian high country. Where exactly? Oh, so somewhere under those clouds is Mount Buller. We can't see it. Been many times and love it. Yeah, well then, exactly. You know exactly what I'm talking about There's Sid Squad. Benny Big Buck says, wowie, you got raided. I did, and I wasn't ready for that sort of a raid. I was, thinking, oh yeah, we'll get 20, 30 people. The next minute, 320. was certainly, it's an experience. It's definitely an experience. Hey, Doug's gone to Threadbow this year. Nice to see I did my hair for the stream. Sure, Benny, absolutely. I did my hair for the stream. What I usually do is I wake up, I have a shower, my hair needs a wash, I'll give it a wash, and then however that comes out after I've dried it in the towel, that's me doing my hair. So you're welcome. This, I feel like we need some slightly more vibey music. That Epidemic Sound was listening to me. They're like, yeah, we agree. But guys, again, for the 15th time in the last 10 minutes, thank you so much for all of this. The subs, the likes, the raid, everybody getting in here and chatting. Really appreciate all of you. Like you wouldn't believe. It's this YouTube channel has been a bit of a roller coaster in terms of the way I've been able to operate it with availability. So thank you, really appreciate it. No, so that sim we are not on, and I'm just flying the fly-by-wire A320 in the Jetstar livery that you can download. I think this is the Orbex livery pack by Impulse Simulations, the Australian one that so I've got the 2 Jetstar liveries, the 2 Qantas liveries, the Virgin livery, the Rex one, and the Ansett. I should have actually flown the Ansett one. I've always got that special place in my heart with Ansett, I was a regular passenger in my childhood on that wonderful airline. Ooh, Doug's a tower controller. Ooh, I should fly on that sim, shouldn't I? Because I'm now going to be doing MILKRUNs and some stuff in the BAE 146, Doug. So I really should brush up on my ATC and maybe do some bat simming. That's not a bad idea at all. No way, Willie. Really? You met a young pilot on EasyJet and he called you to the deck. That's amazing. Ozfly Aviation says he's going on his 11th 737 this year next Monday. That's just a few 737s. I mean, I know it's pretty hard to avoid them in Australia, seeing as 3 of the 4 carriers, or no, now with Bonza as well, 4 of the 5 carriers use 737s in their mainline fleet. Bastos says hello. How you going, Bastos? Mate, welcome to the stream. Pleasure to have you here. Sid Squad's saying that dinner break is over and I've got to keep up the good work. Sid Squad, mate, thank you so... I'm assuming it's probably Tim. As it usually is with all these sneaky behind-the-scenes things. But to all of Sid Squad and to everybody who came over, Sid Squad, mate, thank you very much for jumping in. Really appreciate that. Enjoy your dinner. Hopefully it's a 3-piece KFC. That seems like it was the topic. It was the topic in today's Sid Squad stream. So yeah, make sure that it's that 3-piece feed from KFC. Yes, exactly, Tim. Don't forget to tell Tony Beto to go to bed. Please speak French. Bastos, you're shit out of luck, bro. I cannot fulfill that request simply because I can't speak French. Well, I can. Bonjour. Bonjour, mon ami. Croque monsieur. Oui, meurt. It's about the extent of my French. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you. I assumed you were French, mate, but yeah, that's. You've just exhausted my French knowledge right there and then. It's not great. Sorry. Yes, Benny, Tony is known all over the place. That's exactly right. My French is perfect. So, my pronunciation should be good because my mum taught French in a secondary college, like, before I was born. So, she's the one who taught me, you know, basic French words and, of course, taught me the pronunciation of them. But, yeah. Willie says the only French I learned from my teachers in high school was fermer la bouche. Sure. No idea what that means. But it does mention the bouche, so I guess it could be referring to the mighty bouche? I don't know. But I can potentially do the Italian better, although there's no Italians here, so there's no point really doing that. I was going to order a coffee, but not at 6:45 p.m. That's not a good idea.
Look! Look! What the fuck is this?
Oh, Gordon hasn't calmed down yet. Gordon is back. Public transportation. The public transport is subscribed to my channel. Whew. But, you know, I never thought I'd see that day. But public transportation, thank you very much for your subscription. Really appreciate that. And I might actually need to top up my Mikey. Please repeat. La baguette est très bon. How is that? Good? Willie says, fermer la bouche equals shut your mouth. Ah, good. Expect me to use that from now on, Willie. Hope you don't mind. Obviously not going to use it in streams. That would be, you know. But, you know, the kitchen is going to be perfect now. Somebody, you know, gives me an instruction I don't like, I'll be like, fermer la bouche. Willie, or sorry, William, should I say. If you open your mouth, a fly might fly in. Well, I mean, it was wrong, Willie. Sorry, William, but it's good life advice. If you open your mouth, a fly may, in fact, fly in. That is very, very true. Thank you very much for the kind words as well in public transportation. Lionel says, hi, I got here automatically via Sid Squad from my info and all the others from Sid Squad. What is the point of what we have seen for the last 20 minutes and what? And also, is this your normal commentary? So, Lionel, to answer your first question, the point of it is right now, Wazzy is flying along. Wazzy Forebear. Fozzie Warbear is flying along. AFR Brett might be. Not 100% sure. And Black Bear is flying along. So it's, and so is possibly Dan down there. I don't know. Maybe Meteor is involved as well. Who knows? But basically it's a group flight. All hang out, stream. We all fly along. I don't usually do commercial passenger flights. It's more GA and all about scenery. We're doing a world tour, all that sort of stuff. Is this my normal commentary? So, Lionel, like most streamers, I always try to be as entertaining as possible, but also try to be myself, which is obviously very important. The reason I tell you that is because I vibe off of the chat. If the chat is going nuts and having all sorts of conversation, I get really involved and excited and upbeat and all that. Obviously, it's a lot harder on slower streams to get that that vibe going. However, yes, I am being myself. If that answers your question in the most roundabout, back to front, up and down way that I possibly could. It's I'll be honest with you, Lionel. Watching streams, in my perspective, is something you sort of tend to do in the background with flight sim and all that, especially if it's things like this where it's commercial passenger jets. But the whole, like, yesterday we were doing float planes on the Mekong River. We're currently flying, what's our next world tour flight? I think we're going from Albuquerque to San Diego or something like that, or Phoenix, or one of those. So yeah, we're doing the Nile River, we're going from the easternmost point to the westernmost point in Australia. Yeah, so hopefully that gives you all the information you need, Lionel. There we go, William knows where we're going, not even I know where we're going. So, due to the flight plan issues that I had, Fozzie knows exactly what I'm talking about. We're going basically straight to the ILS marker and then lining up on the runway. So, it could go really well, or it could end up with us in Botany Bay. Hoping it's the first version. The second version is, there's a lot of cleanup involved. And I don't really want to do that cleanup. I'm amazed by the fact that I'm still getting frame rate stuttering at 38,000 feet, which is where we're currently at. It doesn't make any sense, really. Frame rates are jumping all over the place, and I'm not 100% sure why, because I've got a 3900X and a 3080, so it shouldn't be. I really need to, one thing I need to do for the commercial jets is I need to set up more camera views, because my camera views are not very good. Yes, well, that's true, Fozzie. If I do overrun the runway at Sydney, there is most definitely problems. Especially in an A320 that's only got, well, by the time we land, it's going to have like 1,500 kilos of fuel on board. If I can't stop that on a 50-cent coin, probably it's time to hand in my simulator's pilot's license. I can't say actual pilot's license. I wish I could. Why the hell am I getting TCAS notifications? Traffic.
Traffic. Climb. Clear of conflict. Traffic. Climb. Clear of conflict. Climb.
Traffic, climb is the information it's currently giving me. Look, I'm no expert, and it might be because it's a sim that I can actually do this sort of stuff, but I feel like I know more than what the TCAS does right this second. Just, screaming at me, saying traffic, climb, traffic, climb. What traffic? Is it the FA-18? Maybe it's the that'll be what it is. It's Dan in the FA-18. He's setting off the TCAS. Don't worry about it, Dan. It's just the A320 being the A320. It's a good safety feature though, because I didn't see Dan, obviously, because he was behind us, and I don't see any rear view mirrors on my A320 Neo. But Airbus, if you're listening, you can make it work. I reckon the pilots will like it, or like a rear vision camera, or I'm pretty sure that the Jetstar A320 is never going to have an FA-18 tailing it. You know what? Never mind. Scrap that idea. KC Plane Spotting says, did you know that there's a fruit that tastes like chocolate pudding? It's called the black sapote. I Now, this is going to pain me to say, but I didn't know that there was a fruit that tasted like chocolate pudding. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Google that. Black sapote. Oh yeah, wow! It looks like a cacao bean on the inside almost. Right, so the unripe sapote fruit is very bitter and toxic enough to use as fish poison. Good! That's what I like to do with my chocolate substitutes. Use it as fish poison. Zach's Gaming Lab is here, ladies and gentlemen. Zach's Gaming Lab is he's my original OG channel viewer back in the day, and the young fella himself has 2,000 subscribers. So in fact, I'm going to drop his channel if you guys are interested in giving him some love and some attention. But Zach, mate, welcome to the stream. As always, it is an absolute pleasure to have you here. Hello, nerds, to you too. I'm sitting here listening to what exactly is my aircraft doing. Is the TCAS still having a meltdown? I think the TCAS is still having a complete meltdown. Yeah, look, I can see Dan in the FA-18 on my screen. I was wondering what my aircraft is doing. It's actually enacting its TCAS system, and the autopilot is automatically adjusting up and down in the altitude to avoid us hitting Dan. Even though he's in an FA-18, he's got as much maneuverability as a gimbal. Fozzie's hit some turbulence on top of drop. Rain, drop, top. No, hang on, that's not drop, top of drop. That's a song. So off to our right-hand side, not that you'll be able to see it because there's the good old... Australia may as well take the name from New Zealand and be referred to as the land of the long white cloud at this point. But there's a lot of cloud. But over there, to the right, in the cloud, is Australia's capital city, Canberra. Let's see if we can get some sort of view of it. Might be able to see the outskirts and suburbs like Queanbeyan and all that. We should also be able to see the Kosciuszko National Park. Well, emphasis on the should be able to see the Kosciuszko National Park, but there's clouds in the way. Hey, Beeve 2.0. Yo, how you going, mate? Welcome to the stream. Now, I'm assuming it's the same Beeve as Beeve 1.0. But, mate, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing fantastically. Pleasure to have you here. Just trying to, because of the issues I had with my flight plan, I've got to manually figure out when I want to start descending, etc. And I need to be at... about 3,000 feet, I think, for capturing the ILS, the glide slope. You are Beeve 1.0, mate. Welcome to the stream nonetheless. Blake McIver says, hello, I just described. No, you just subscribed, actually. Don't worry about me. I'm reading things and saying other things. But Blake, mate, welcome to the stream. Thank you very much for your subscription. Really appreciate that. Hope you're doing fantastically. Hashtag Jetstar Generation. No. Hey, look, it made sense. It was the first thing that was in front of my face. I have no idea what hashtag Jetstar Generation actually means. probably just means hashtag we're going to leave you at the airport, cancel your flight multiple days in a row, forget to bring your luggage, and just offer you a generally horrible time. Hashtag Jetstar Generation. If anyone here works for Jetstar, I apologise. It's not you, it's the company. Slayer says, do you play any other games? So, Slayer, I do. I absolutely do. I haven't streamed any of them in a while, just due to work commitments in actual life. But we do Forzas, like the Forza series, so both Horizon and Motorsport. We do Assetto Corsa. We do American Truck Sim, Euro Truck Sim. Once it's a little bit further out of early beta, we might do some things with X-Plane 12. We do some Democracy. I've dabbled with some City Skylines very unsuccessfully. There's a couple of new games/sims that I've been checking out. Well, we do GTA, Grand Theft Auto. We do Grand Theft Auto. Surgeon Simulator is something I'm exploring to do. And then also Food Truck Simulator as well. But I need to make sure that they're actually worthy of being on the channel first. So yes. Any other online games? Not really, Slayer. I mean, in terms of outside of streaming, yes, you will. You'll be able to convince me /find me doing a bit of Far Cry. Doing some, Call of Duty, some spin tires, all that sort of Snow Runner, Mud Runner, etc., that sort of stuff. Blake says, where are you flying to? So, Blake, we are flying from Melbourne to Sydney. Nice, keeping it nice and basic in this one, but we will do MILKRUNs all over the world here at Dairy Air Virtual Airlines. That's still painted in the Jetstar livery. I'm going to sort that out. I will definitely sort that out. If anybody knows anyone who does some paints and wants to do a Dairy Air paint scheme, hit me up over in the Discord. If you don't know where the Discord is, ! Discord in the chat will send you to the Discord. Blake says, I was just in Sydney and then you left. That's it. What were you doing in Sydney, Blake? Holiday, I'm assuming. Oh, Drew. He says, hey fella, I'm Drew, 3.5. Yeah, and I'm Bryce, 3.14, Drew. You work for, because I'm tasty as pie. I don't think tasty was the correct word to add in there. Anyway. You work for Jetstar, yeah, I'm sure you do. And on behalf of all of us here at the Jetstar Generation, we think you are very fancy. Keep it up. Look, I'll spare everybody's ears. I won't break into some idiosalia, which I'm so fancy. I won't subject you to that. I won't subject myself to that either. It's, unpleasant. But thank you very much, Drew. Pleasure to have you in the stream as well, mate. Welcome to the stream. It has been a while. Hope you're doing fantastically. Hope your new gig at Jetstar Generation is going well for you. Just a holiday? Yeah. Sorry, I think I've already read that, Blake. Did you enjoy it though, Blake? That's the big question. Did you enjoy the holiday? Don't know why that required such vivacious movements of my hands, but there we go. Slayer says, I'm in Sydney, about 30 minutes from the airport. So is that north, south? I was about to say east. And if it's east, you're underwater, so that...
Some might call it dirty fuzzy.
What the fuck is this?
Ian Blacklux, thank you very much for the subscription, rather. Yeah, mate. I really can't get the word subscription out. It's either described or prescription. Neither of which I do not need to be prescribed a prescription, but actually maybe I do. Yeah, you did enjoy the holiday. That's fantastic, Blake. Really glad to hear that, mate. Right, so we are 119 nautical miles out. We're 38,000 feet, so I need to probably start descending around 100 nautical miles. And the next time that any of you may or may not be in a MILKRUN stream, I promise you that my flight plan will work properly and I won't have to manually do all this, and I'll actually look like a professional for 3.4 seconds of my life. North. Oh yes, lovely part of the world there, Slayer. Lovely part of the world. Outside of the complete and utter chaotic hecticness that is the CBD of Sydney. Yeah. Oh yeah, from Gold Coast, Sydney. Of course they do. That'd be a few planes a day, Slayer. That's for sure. Especially with is Bonza operational yet? Has anyone heard anything about Bonza? It was all over the news, you know, a couple of weeks ago. Bonza's got their first aircraft. Bonza's got their second aircraft. Now it's just silence. Because I'm keen to check them out. Maybe get on the inaugural flight. Drew says, is a Brycel word salad on the menu tonight? Drew, you know the word salad is the permanent special on the menu. It just comes down to in what form it is served that evening. At the moment, I'm going to come up with a witty answer here really quickly. Come on, bro. Let's do this.
Look! What the fuck is this?
Tin pan. I think that's tin pan. Tin pan? Hang on, I'm blind. And my screen's 400 miles away. Yeah, tin pan. If that's correct, mate. Either way, thank you very much for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the stream, etc. Pleasure to have you here. Hope you are doing really well, mate. Drew says, is it tossed? If you're asking whether or not the person currently running the stream is a tosser, sometimes. Am I currently tossing the salad? No, that would not be appropriate for YouTube. We would need to visit another website that has the word "you" in it. Slayer says he's looking at flight radar. There is a plane flying over him 2 minutes. So, I'm assuming you're not saying that there's a plane flying over you every 2 minutes, but there's a plane flying over you that's 2 minutes from landing. That makes more sense. Guys, if you can hear the dogs in the background, I apologise for that. They're both, they think they own the suburb that I live in. So if anybody happens to walk in the general vicinity of the house, they get barked at until they leave in, in fright, even though they're just probably looking around like, why is there dogs barking at me and I can't see the dogs? But in the dog's brain, that's how things operate. They're the big, tough, scary, we've got to get these people out of this suburb, or it's our suburb, or, yeah. That was me trying to be a dog. Probably won't do that again on a stream. Right, I should really be focusing on flying, because now we're 90 nautical. What are you yelling at me about? I acknowledged the master warning, but I'm not sure what the master warning was about. Anyway, we're decreasing altitude at 200 feet per minute. Fair enough. Okay, whatever works, I guess. Alright, so we're going to go for 11... Ooh, there's the DLSS in function there, ladies and gentlemen. Nice smooth flow. So I would like to gauge selected altitude mode. We are dropping. Yes, we are. Just realised I didn't set my barometer to standard, which won't idea. As we pass over Goldman. Is it in real time? It is not in real time, Slayer. However, I'm more than happy to switch it across to real time if people would like. However, that will mean, obviously, that it is night time. Hey, Big Jacko's Gaming is here. He says, "G'day, mate. G'day, Big Jacko, mate. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing really, really well. Your tent? Do your zipper up." As in, tent zipper. I don't actually know what that's referring to. It's just the first thing that came to my mind, and that's, yeah. Yeah, good old tense, exactly. Whether it's past tense, future tense, current tense, or just fucking intense, it's one of them. We may need to expedite this climb at some point. Climb! This is a climb! It's the climb! No, I won't do that to you. I already said I won't subject your guys' ears to that. Oh, and girls, I guess, maybe. I don't know. I honestly still suffering a little bit from raid deja vu, you know? That sort of like, oh, where am I? Who am I? What's my name? What am I doing? Need to have a sip of water. 2 seconds. Turns out that all that talking results in a dry mouth. Slayer, I am more than happy as we get a little bit closer to Sydney and get to see the lights. I'm more than happy to switch to live time. Is there still storms in Sydney, hanging out around Sydney like there was in Sid Squad's stream a few hours ago? Are we going to be landing in storms? How you going though, Jacko? Doing well? You streaming tonight, mate? Shane's not. If you guys, as I've already done, previously, I should say. Help if I spelt it correctly.
The burgers are better at Hungry Jack's.
If you haven't already shown some love to Big Jacko's Gaming, please do consider checking out that slew tent of a man and his channel. If you, well, all of you know what slew is, you can go across there to find out what a tent is. Right. Hello. Thank you. Can I have... right. So we're actually descending at a relatively reasonable rate. So maybe I won't... I'll just trust in the aircraft at this point. But we will sit in the cockpit now so that we have a better idea of what's going on, where we're doing, what we're doing, how we're doing it, and for whom we are doing it for. Well, passengers, obviously. As we have Mittagong off to our right hand side, so you got Mittagong further along. You've got Wollongong. There's a lot of gong down there. You know. Slayer says there is no storm. Yeah. Drew, what a legend. I also love the fact that you included the GIF of a salad being tossed. That's hilarious. But Drew, thank you very much. That's a huge donation. That's amazing. You are absolutely awesome. Cheers for that, mate. Oh, you're over in Chatswood, Slayer. Lovely part of the area. It's part of the world that I've stayed in a few times, actually, when I've been to Sydney and wanted to experience something different to, like, Circular Quay and all that. But Drew, What an absolute legend. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would love to spam that chat with any emoji of your choice to give Drew just some thanks for dropping in and just being so kind and generous. Really appreciate that, Drew. YouTube. Well done, William. YouTube maintenance emoji. I love it. I love it. Oh, where are we going? I mean, the only reason I'm like, where are we going, is because it doesn't match up with my little nav map, but I have to remember that what's in L&M... Oh, I did actually say that correctly, amazing. What's in L&M is different to what has ended up in the aircraft due to MCDU issues. Fozzie69 cleared to land runway 16 right. Yeah, he is. How many times have you done this flight now, Fozzie? The Melbourne to Sydney MILKRUN? A lot. Because I swear at least once a week when I'm in the sim, I just see you and a few of the others just doing it. William says, I don't even know what that emoji is, it just looks cool. So yeah, it's the YouTube maintenance emoji. I only know that because I've tried to log into my YouTube studio for this channel from one of my other channels, and I'm like, why doesn't it work? But you get a big screen with that monkey with the hammer in his hand. We're going to need to expedite this descent. We may also need to turn the graphics down a little bit until I get that new driver installed. It's still 35 nautical miles. No, you know what? We won't expedite. We'll just... I have faith in the aircraft. Nosedive? Absolutely, Mitty. Absolutely. We'll just, you know... I have faith in the Airbus operating systems. If it reckons that 10,000 feet at 30 nautical miles out is acceptable, I'm not going to stand here and argue with it. Although I reckon we're going to have our descent cut short in a moment by the fact that we're doing nearly 300 knots and we're at nearly 10,000 feet. So it's going to slow us down. William says, have you all tried searching Google for Dart mission? It knocks the search results crooked. Really? That's typical Google, but also hilarious. There's so many whatchamacallits, bloody, oh, what are they called? When you find things that are hidden but meant to be there. Oh. So our aircraft has decided that slowing down is optional this time round. 290 all the way in. Okay, cool, no worries. Oh my god. Thank you, Easter eggs. What William just said. So yeah, Google's full of Easter eggs. Full of them. Right. Dart mission. That's amazing. That's so cool. Alright, so I don't think that it's got us lined up for any runway here. Although there's not really any wind in Sydney, so because I'm hand flying and due to the issues with the autopilot, I think I'm just going to, you know what? I might just take over now. We're at 6,000 feet. We're still way too quick. Yes, I know I've disengaged the autopilot. Thank you. Good stutters. If I get this many stutters, I'm going to struggle to land the damn thing. Alright, so we need to do a little bit of turning here because, yeah, 16R is active and we are not heading for 16. So we need to head towards the city. We need to lose some speed. We need to lose some altitude. We need to lose a lot of things. Oh yes, and I've got to make it real time. Alright, let's balance. Yes, this does look awkward, and I can confirm it is a slightly awkward position to be in. Bang. Real time. Wonderful. How good does Sydney look at night here, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know how this is coming across to you, wonderful people, in terms of stutters and stuff like that, but it's pretty brutal here right now, I'm not going to lie. I can't even see what my speed is. I need to turn my PFD brightness down. There we go. There we go. Now I can see. Alright, so we are going quite slow now. Frame rates are... they're going to be my downfall on this one, I reckon. Well, I guess, wow, okay, what the... That's better. Don't know why the aircraft has just decided that we required full throttle at that particular point, especially seeing the autopilot's not connected. But anyway, the plane knows best, right? Alright, so I'm going to be making my way around to come in on 16. I've got to remember as well that when I'm hand flying the A320 in, I'm going to be very, very light on the throttle adjustments. Wow, okay. More stutters. And even more stutters as everything loads in. Part of the problem we're going to have is I've got the Orbex city scenery, and I've got Fly Tampa Sydney Airport, and I'm trying to stream, and everything in my sim is on Ultra, and we're running DirectX 12 to see how it performs. So this could end up being a complete and utter shit show. That's alright, it's entertaining. There's also a decent chance that my landing will suck because I have to hand fly, which is also entertaining. So either way, you're going to be entertained. The other thing I probably should be doing is doing that. I should not be letting go of the controls when I'm manually flying. Come on, camera, let's get your crap together. There we go. Okay. And we're going to pass over Chatswood. Potentially there, Slayer. So I'm flying the runway 16. I think I can see the airport. So I'm going to start making the turn slowly, because we do have quite a turn to make. I just need to be careful here of my speed. No, not like that, aircraft. We're not gonna do that. No. Very good. Very good. And we're climbing, because this thing likes to climb. I'm amazed that looking towards the airport didn't completely destroy my frame rates then. God, this requires some concentration. I appreciate everyone understanding. Oh, Sydney Olympic Park, right there. I don't know if you guys can see it out the window. Alright, let's start dipping that wing. You see where the airport is, cannot specifically see the runway yet. There we go, got the runway in sight now. I'll try and once we are established and lined up, I will try and look out towards the left so that we can get a nice view of the Sydney city skyline and all that on approach. Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get pretty close to Chatswood Slayer. There's Lane Cove. I know for a fact Lane Cove is pretty close to Chatswood. There you go, Chatswood West. Bang. Straight over. Probably couldn't have done much better than that. There you go, just saw Chatswood flash up just there. And Artarmon. So Artarmon is one of the places where I've stayed many times in Sydney. Alright, gonna need to dip that wing a little bit further here. Come on. Let's line up. Alright, gear down. Alright. Now this is gonna be the interesting part. Yeah, shush. I know I was ever so slightly overspeed on the flaps. I apologise. I've got questionable frame rates and a slew of other things to deal with here. We're a little low. It's alright, We're good, we got speed behind us. More stuttering to deal with, which is always fun. Oh, these stutters. Bloody hell.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10. 5.
Not the smoothest landing I've ever done, but I will definitely take that. I will definitely take that, but bloody hell did that take some concentration there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your patience and your understanding and your encouragement as well. Appreciate all of it. All right, let's get her off the runway, and then we'll clean her up a bit. I don't even know if I've taken the right exit there, but it's the one I'm taking, and we'll figure that out in a moment. So we'll bring the flaps up. Once we get to this point here, I'll clean her up a little. Go. Parking brake for a moment. Just make sure that we've got... There we go. Speed brakes back in position. Alright, so terminal's over there. Okay, glad. So Ernie, I'm glad I'm not the only one who was dying with the stuttering. I really need to download that new NVIDIA driver update. I think I need to sort out my hard drive so I can do that. I've taken off the parking brake, but can we forwards? Hello. There we go. That's interesting. Usually you take the brakes off on the ground on the A320 and it thinks that somebody shot a starter pistol. And it's just like, right, let's go. Right, so that looks like a taxiway, so that's the one I'm taking. This is where having Doug? I think it's Doug. The VATSIM guy. This is where having him to show me some stuff on VATSIM so that once I do land, I'm not like, what now? Where do I go? If I close my eyes, maybe I see you again. I've crossed to the other side. I turn my promises into lies. We'll do the correct regulations. Just check the runways as we come flying through. Everything's all good. No need to stop. Slayer says, all right, going to go now. Bye, Slayer, mate. Thank you very much for jumping in, being here, getting involved. Glad I could fly over Chatswood for you there, mate. See what I mean about the A320 and the way it taxis? I have no engine power in right now. But yeah, Slayer, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's exactly right, Mitty. Check your left, check your right. Oh, sorry. Which one is it? It's check your right, check your left, check your right again. And if everything's safe in the intersection, proceed. Right? No? Oh. You mean I can't use road rules on a taxiway? Ah. Right. Oh well. You know, nobody died, so that's the important thing. I mean, I guess there's probably an issue with the airline when success or failure is gauged on how many people were killed. You know, that's might be time to review your business at that point. I don't know. So I can see Fozzie, but I can't actually see Fozzie. He looks like he's in the terminal. And, I mean, hey, you know, if he's already deplaned and all that and he's in the terminal, that's great. But if he's done it flying high style, Sydney Airport might have a few questions. Just use the good old, the brakes failed, Fozzie. That I find that always works. Oh, he's somewhere down here. There we go. Yeah, so do I, Fozzie. Although that, I must say, that is not a Boeing 737. You would think that the PMDG 737 would show up as the, I'm really not following the taxiway markers here at all, would show up as at least maybe the Brico 3D, if you don't have the PMDG 737, which I don't. Where am I parking? I'm parking next to Fozzie. I'm parking my Jetstar Generation A320 next to a 737 that's depicted as an A330 at the Qantas terminal. Okay, we've just come to a complete stop. There we go. Correct. That's exactly right, Fozzie. I felt like breaking the rules. I've broken the rules basically since the moment I started the stream, so I figured why not continue the tradition right till the very end. There we go, just slam the brakes on, send everybody through their person sitting in front of them. Let's turn off the... Bloody hell, the camera's taking for about 10 years to load today. Alright. Beautiful. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us on this very quick milk run. Really appreciate that. I show up as an American airline, hey Fozzie. Yeah, well, you know, Jetstar might survive over in the US, who knows. But yeah, thank you very much to everyone who did come in. Again, massive shout out to Sid Squad for rating. Really appreciate that. Cannot thank you enough, Sid Squad. To everybody who did jump in the chat, thank you very much for jumping in. Appreciate all of you for coming in. For those who did hang around, hit the like button, subscribe, etc. You guys are absolutely amazing, phenomenal people in every way, shape or form. And I hope you have the best rest of the day, next day, evening, whatever, etc.
Look! What the fuck is this?
That is a subscription, Gordon. We've had a few this evening. Andrew Jens, thank you very much for the subscription. But guys, that does bring us to the end of the first Milk Run stream here on the channel within Microsoft Flight Simulator. Yeah, I think that's all I've got to say. Amazingly, I know. But ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are in the world, you make sure that you look after yourselves, you stay safe, you stay well. You don't do anyone that I wouldn't do, and you don't do anyone that I've already did, although that number is quite small. And I will see all of you wonderful legends in the next stream. Cheers and thank you. Oh, and massive thank you to Drew and everybody else who made donations as well. Really appreciate that too. Bye!
emotional damage.
Dismissed.